Most people wake up in the morning and try to avoid stress, but one type of stress may actually be one of the most powerful healing forces inside your body. It's called hormesis. Now, hormesis means small amounts of stress, like intermittent fasting or intense exercise, or maybe even a cold plunge. All of them activate powerful biological systems that make your body stronger, more resilient, and more energized. Now, you may think that this means jumping into an ice bath or intense physical workout, but don't worry, you don't have to do any of that. In fact, in just a moment, I'm going to show you a dramatically easier way to trigger many of the same body benefits. And I'm pretty confident you won't hesitate to start doing this morning ritual tomorrow morning. It's one of the surprisingly simple ways that I activate my energy and strength every morning, and it takes less than 1 minute. Welcome to Dr. J's Longevity Habits, where every Saturday morning I share simple habits that I use to kickstart my body and support long term health. You see, my goal is not just to show you what I do, but to help you discover habits that you can use to create your own longevity ritual, something that keeps you strong and sharp and healthy for years to come. Now, most people think stress is always harmful, but certain types of stress that actually activate repair systems inside your body. This is the principle of hormesis. When the body experiences small, controlled stress, it adapts by becoming stronger. See, our distant relatives experience these stresses constantly: cold temperatures, periods without food, and bursts of intense physical effort. And because of this, over time, our biology developed powerful ways to respond to these signals by increasing our energy production, strengthening our ability to bounce back from difficult situations, and to improve the body's ability to repair itself. And one of the most powerful ways to activate hormesis, it's by something surprisingly simple: exposure to cold. You see, when cold water hits your body, it activates your mitochondria. Well, that's the tiny little energy factories inside your cells that produce energy for the entire body. Exposure to cold stimulates a special type of fat called brown fat. And unlike regular fat, brown fat burns energy to generate heat. Now, this process increases metabolism and helps to break down and get rid of dangerous belly fat called visceral fat. It's that fat that surrounds your organ and triggers inflammation, along with many other chronic diseases. Cold exposure actually benefits and stops that process right there. It also has powerful effects on the brain. See, when you step into cold water, your body releases dopamine and norepinephrine. These are important brain chemicals that sharpen your focus, improve your concentration, and help you to have better moods throughout the day. Many people describe a cold shower as feeling like a natural stimulant without the side effects or dependency on them. And that's one reason many people use cold exposure early in the morning to boost energy and the mental clarity. But there's another benefit that's just as important. You see, cold exposure improves circulation. It stimulates what's called nitric oxide production, and that helps to dilate the blood vessels and increases oxygen delivery to cells, tissues, and organs throughout the entire body. Better circulation supports tissue repair, improves energy production, and it even slows down aging. Cold exposure reduces inflammation because short bursts of cold activate proteins and hormones called endorphins that help to repair damaged tissue. And this is one reason why athletes often use ice baths after intense training. Cold exposure can support mental health. The increase in endorphins and neurotransmitters help to reduce anxiety, improve your moods, and strengthen the body's entire resilience to stress. Many people report feeling calmer, clearer, and more mentally energized after cold exposure. But one of the most important, fascinating discoveries about cold exposure involves the immune system. You see, in a study that was conducted in Netherlands, researchers looked at people who entered their showers with 30, 60, or 90 seconds of cold water for 90 days. The results were amazing. The people who practiced cold showers called in sick from work 29% less often than those who did not do the cold exposure. Well, this demonstrates cold exposure strengthens the immune system and helps the body better handle infections and environmental stress. But here's something more important. Very few people know about this. You don't actually need a full cold shower to activate some of the benefits of hormesis. And as I promised, I'm going to share with you a much less and dramatic and simpler way to trigger the powerful nervous system responses and the benefits of hormesis. It's called the facial plunge. And the science behind it is really fascinating. You see, a facial plunge in ice water can trigger hormesis through the nervous system rather than the whole body's metabolism. Your face contains receptors connected to something called the mammalian diving reflex. Now, that's quite a mouthful, but when cold water touches the face, especially around the eyes and nose, it stimulates the vagus nerve, which signals through the nervous system that triggers several healthy responses throughout the entire body. Your heart rate slows, blood vessels in the arms and legs constrict, and the extra blood flow is redirected towards the brain and the vital organs. At the same time, the parasympathetic nervous system becomes more active. That's the system responsible for relaxation, recovery, and repair. So even though only your face touches the water, the nervous system's response spreads throughout the entire body. Cold facial immersion reduces stress, improves the function of the vagus nerve, calms the emotional responses, and reduces anxiety for many people who practice this technique regularly. Now, because the body briefly adapts to cold stimulus, it produces a mild hormetic stress response. Now, keep in mind that the metabolic effects are similar to those that are produced by full cold body exposure, like when you get cold showers or cold plunges, although it still provides a powerful nervous system benefits. Facial plunges can actually calm the nervous system, improve alertness, reduce facial inflammation and puffiness, and improve circulation in the skin. In fact, sometimes clinicians use cold facial immersion to quickly reduce panic attacks or acute stress because it strongly stimulates the vagus nerve response. And a simple way to try this is to fill a bowl with ice cold water and submerge your face for about 10 to 20 seconds and repeat this 2 or 3 times. The bottom line is this: a facial plunge in ice water can trigger a whole body nervous system hormesis response. Yeah, it's milder than a full cold shower, but it's also dramatically easier, and it may be one of the most simple ways to energize your body in the morning. And once you introduce this technique into your daily routine, you can gradually work up to taking a short, entire body cold shower. That's after you take your hot shower. You see, the cold shower can be for 10, 20, 30, or more seconds, working your way up to a minute. Well, thanks for joining Doctor's Longevity Habits. And my friends, I'll see you next Saturday with another simple technique and habit to help you live longer and healthier. And I would really appreciate if you would subscribe to my channel and leave a comment. And by all means, join my Gut 911 prescription community where you can be around other people just like you who are applying these habits to their life on a regular basis so you can live healthier and longer and be able to become independently healthy. So have a great day.